Hey there, Happy New Year. Hope it's going well for you so far. Almost towards the end of January now. It's just, time is flying by. It's just crazy how quick it goes. I don't know. I know people say as you get older it does go faster, but that's definitely true. It just seems to be like flying by. I suppose when you're busy as well, your days go quicker. So that's all part of it. Mine kind of didn't start off the best it could have done. We had to have our little dog Rue put down.
Good girl, Rue! Good girl!
She was, well, we'd had her for 15 years, and the vet, she was a rescue dog, and the vet kind of had an estimate on she was at least 2-ish when we got her. So 17 years all up, she'd had a good innings. She was diabetic, and she was going blind. Well, she was pretty much blind towards the end. Her hearing started to go pretty bad. And we kind of said, as soon as her sense of smell goes, that's when she's going to go downhill quick. And she did. She couldn't smell anything. And she was using that to kind of guide herself around the house and follow the other dogs around. So as soon as that went, she was just completely lost and bumping into things. And I think because of that, she was doing less. She didn't really want to eat much, and she'd lost so much weight, and she was sleeping a lot. And it got to the point where she wasn't existing anymore. She was just laying there. And, you have to make that horrible choice of calling the vet and booking them in. And unfortunately, that's what we had to do. But, she's had a good life. And if we hadn't have got her, she probably would have died. Because when we got her, she had real bad infections inside with all her lady parts. She'd had multiple litters. And so if we hadn't have got her, she wouldn't have had the 15 years of a good life. So I kind of look at all the good memories, and that whole thing of you've done the right thing and you've given that little dog a good life. So R.I.P. Rue, you're sadly missed. And yeah. Anyway, moving on. Otherwise, I'm going to start welling up, and you don't want to see me start crying. Been really busy. Thanks to everybody before Christmas that placed orders. I managed to get them all out actually, but just in time before like the final kind of post finished and all that. So that was quite good. And all these knives here, let's just flip this around quick. So all these knives here, I'd started before Christmas, but I just didn't have a chance to get them actually all completed. Now they're all pretty much done. They need a bit of a clean up. There's fingerprints and stuff all over them and dust. So we'll just have a quick run through of each one, and then we'll head over to the other side of the workshop and look at the sheaths. Okay, so first up we have got a drover. Now this one has got the slightly longer blade. It is, where's my ruler? Hang on a sec. The blade is 4.5 inches, so 4.5, or around about 1.15 millimeters. So that's that one. So drover sabre grind and Western Australian lace she oak on there. Sort of fantastic grain to it. It's kind of fiery looking veins. I don't know where you can see it in there, but that's that one. So sabre grind, 3.28. They're all ABL stainless, all the blades. So they're all 3.2. And that's that. Nice hand rub flats there, and A45 Trizac belt on the bevels. So that's that one. Next up, another drover, again slightly with the longer blade. Yeah, this one here is Gidgee, which is West Australian hardwood, but again 3.2 ABL, sabre grind, solid brass pins, and some black G10 liners. The spine and all the edge, they're all polished, no scratches. Mirror polish. So apex to the butt there. And next up we have got a Bushwood. Now the Bushwood is the same. Oh, that's a point actually. Yeah. The giveaway knife on the previous video, that's made its way to the UK, and Stuart's got that, and he sent me a really nice email saying he's so pleased to have got it, and yeah, he loves it. So thanks for everybody that made a comment and subscribed to the channel. And I'm sorry there can only be one winner, but I probably might do another one actually. If I get to 1,000. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'll do another giveaway, I think. So that will be a bit of an achievement to get that get to that point with the subscribers. Anyway, back to the knives. I'm doing that waffling on again where I keep kind of going off at a different angle. This one here, this is a Bushwood, which is based on the Woodlaw, which is the same as the giveaway knife that got posted out. But the handle on this is Amboina. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. I think it's like an Indonesian or it's from that way somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but the grain on this is, again, the camera's probably not going to pick it up. It almost looks like sorry, I just had a sandwich, and I think it's sort of coming back up again. It almost looks like lava. Really nice, really nice wood. Again, 3.2mm Scandi grind with A45 on the bevel. My mosaic pins, little brass mosaic pins, and black G10 liners. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit sweaty. It's around 38 degrees here in Perth at the moment, and I've got an aircon unit, but it's quite loud, and when I'm trying to film, that kind of is in the background, and it just drives me nuts. So I've turned it off for a little while, and I'm starting to get a little bit warm. Anyway, back to the knife. So we've got like the Coke bottle style handle, and apex to the butt there. Again, no grind marks. All the way around, nice and shiny. So that, yeah, really pleased with that. It came out really nice. Now, something a little bit different. I don't often use man-made handle materials. I used to do a few resin ones years ago. I used to mix up different colours and stuff like that, but I've kind of gone away from that. I like natural products. My Carter is nice, and obviously this one here is nice, but I still prefer wood. You can't beat it, I don't think. Like a natural, something that Mother Nature's made is just, you just can't beat it. But kind of next best thing really would be something like this, which is four colour camo G10. Now, it starts out life as a 10mm thick sheet, and when you grind into it, it reveals all the layers, different colours there. So it's got a good, I think it's got quite a good effect. I do like it. Just prefer wood. You know, some people prefer things like this. If you're going on like, well, not so much if you're going on but if you're doing fishing and stuff like that, then a handle like this is very low, well, pretty zero maintenance. Waterproof. It's a lot stronger. If you drop it, you know, you're not going to chip the edge or whatever. So I can understand it on a working, a knife that gets a lot of use. Then I can understand G10, because it is a very hard wearing handle material. Plus, you know, it does look pretty cool. So okay, there's some G10 black G10 liners. Can't really see them on there, but there are some 1.5mm black G10 liners, and some little mosaic pins. I actually bought these pins. I had them a while on the shelf, and I saw them, and I thought, oh, I might as well use them. They look quite nice. I try and get the handle as even as possible when I'm shaping it. So, and one of the advantages of using this material is you can kind of count the layers, so you know if you've gone kind of like black, green, light green, beigey, then back to green, then you do it the other side, and you've got the same there that side. So you've got the black, green, grey or whatever it is, beige, and then the green. So it's the same that side as it is that side. So you know your handle thickness, what dimension wise you're pretty much spot on. So that's the tracker, and blade length on the tracker is quite big. It is 135-ish. So what's that? 135, about 5¼ inches on the tracker. And so overall, it's quite a big knife, ideal for fishing and hunting. So that's that one, and that's sold. Yeah, next one up, we've got another tracker. This one's got some more Western Australian wood on the handle. Just give it a clean up. There we go. This one here. Now this is Western Mile, which grows in the goldfields of Western Australia, and it's, I think I've said it before, but it's basically the equivalent of desert ironwood here in Western Australia. Very, very dense. You can see by the finish on it, it's so dense, even more so than the Gidgee on that other knife that I had earlier. This is even more dense, so hard to shape, so hard to grind. You need like a really brand new grinding belt to cut through it, otherwise it just kind of skates off it and clogs the belt up. So you got to slow the grinder down, brand new sharp belt, and then it does actually shape it nicely. But incredibly hard wood. But you can see that side, one side's kind of got more grain to it. So it's like you can see like the swirly round there. It looks really, really nice. Solid brass pins and black. Oh no, no liners. This one's got no liners. Just steel and the wood. No grind marks as usual. All the way around. Let me chop my ear off then. Apex to the butt. Nice hand rubbed finish on there. Bit of dirt on there. That's better. Can't really see. I can't really get the angle right so you can see the finish, but there you go. So that's that one. Tracker, AEBL stainless steel. Now next up, we've got another drover, and continuing with the G10. This one's just in straight black. Now this one and the next knife coming up have both been ordered together, and one of each. So this one, the drover and the bushwood, they were both ordered together. So we got, as I said, black G10 liners, black G10 handle, solid stainless steel pins, 3.2 ABL stainless steel, saber grind, and blue G10 liners. So looks nice. Nice equal, it's not really focusing, equal plunge lines. Again, no grind marks all around the edges and the spine. Nice 600 grit, 600 grit on the flats, A45 on the bevels. So that's that little drover with the standard length blade. So that would be, what is it? Around about 100 mil 4-inch on the blade. So that's the standard length. So next up, the companion knife to that one, and this one's a bushwood. Again, it's based on the wood law, as in the giveaway knife, same as that. So there we go. Again, ABL stainless steel, 3.2 Scandi grind. It hasn't been stropped yet, so there's still a slight little burr on the edge there. But I'll do that as like final thing. We'll just go over that and give all of them a strop. Now this has got African Wengi. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Wengi, W-E-N-G-E. Wengi. Which is it's a strange wood. It's very, very similar to ebony, but with it's kind of more of an open grain, like a coarse grain. You can see it there. You got like lines in it. And I don't try and get rid of all that grain, because if you get rid of all that grain, then it's no longer Wengi. It looks just like ebony, which is dead smooth. So the grain is half the effect there, which I quite like. It actually gives you a little bit of grip as well, because it's not dead smooth. Overall, I think it is a nice wood. A bit underrated, I think. Again, very hard wood. And we got stainless steel mosaic pins with the brass star in the middle. Stainless steel lanyard choke. I haven't chamfered it yet. Yeah, no, it needs cleaning out and chamfering. I haven't done that yet. So there we go. Bushwood 3.2 AEBL. So last up, we have got a little bobtail. Now this one isn't sold. I'll try and get it on the website if I can, or if anyone's interested in it, just send me a message on my email, which is campaniaknives@hotmail.com, and just let me know, and I can send you some info on it. I've got a little sheath I'm making for it. We'll head over and look at all the sheaths in a minute, but again, 3.2 AEBL. And this one's got like a slightly like a hammered finish to it, if you can see that, which I think looks quite good. Just a little bit different to the standard hand rubbed. I thought I'd give it a slightly different look. This one has been stropped, so it's nice and sharp. It's a cut through grease proof, so razor sharp. So that's that one. Little bobtail, black liners. Oh, the handle is Western Australian River Banksia, which has got such a nice grain. Definitely one of my favourite woods. This is the same as, I think, did I have a knife on? I can't remember whether I put one on before Christmas. Possibility I had had a knife on there. And actually I can't remember whether I did do that, but anyway, I bought a big chunk of wood, and there's some of it there, and it was about, I don't know, about 1.2 meters high by that wide and that thick, and I stabilized it, and that this is what it looks like once it's stabilized. It tends to go a little bit darker, but such a cool looking wood. Actually, yeah, I did put a video. I did put a knife on, because I said it looked like elm, like the elm that you get back in the UK, with the little kind of speckled. This bit's got quite a lot of figure into it, but some of the other blocks I've got a little bit more plain, just with a few like speckles, which gives it that elmy look. But really, really nice. Such a nice wood. It's easy to shape. Some woods, you battle with them to get them shaped on the grinder. Again, like the Western Mile and a lot of the Aussie hardwoods, the she oaks, they can burn really easy because they're so hard, and the oils in them are resins or whatever. This grinds so nice. It's hard. You can hear how hard it is. It's rock hard, but it grinds really nice. You don't fight it. It's just like a pleasure to work with. It hand sands nice. Overall, I'll be definitely using a lot more of this. You can see the handle has got like a, I wouldn't say teardrop, but it's like a more of an oval shape, quite round. So you got, it fits in your hand nice. Different, you can use it in all different kind of positions, and it still feels nice and comfy. But these are just really good. Just, I don't know, even if you just carry them in your car or when you go away camping, because they're nice and light, short blade, just to have a little blade with you. And you know, you're not going to get yourself in trouble for having a big 5-inch blade knife with you. One of these, really good, opening boxes, you name it. There we go, a little bobtail. So we'll head over to the other bench there where I've got all the sheaths underway. As you can see, I've been pretty busy with the leather work, and this is such a huge part of, like not a huge part, but like a very, very time consuming part of a knife build. You get the knife finished and you think you're on the downward run, and then you actually realise you've got a sheath to make, and then obviously with that amount of knives I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheaths that I've got to make for 8 knives. And yeah, it's a mission. It's a mission. It takes up a few days just in leather work, but yeah, it's got to be done. And I need to get all these kind of stitched up by this evening, and then I can finally kind of catch up with where I am and get some of them posted out. But this one here is the sheath for the little bobtail that we just saw. Again, it needs stitching. All the edges need doing. And that one's for one of the Bushwoods. This one here is another one for one of the Drovers, no belt loop, as requested. Another one for a Drover, and I think that one's for Bushwood. So these two here are for the 2 trackers. Now this one here is all done, all stitched up. Just needs some leather conditioner on there because it's been wet molded and it's been in the drying cabinet, and it's so they go really hard, so they need the leather needs a good coat with the golden mink oil just to get some nourishment back in it. And so that one's done. Just obviously needs the leather balm on there. This one here is underway, but it's got fire steel. So putting a fire steel on a sheath doesn't sound like it's too much of an issue, but it just makes the whole sheath build a lot more fiddly and a lot more time consuming, because basically you've got to leave a space there in the welt for this to fit in. So you got to prepare all your edge nicely, dye the edge, burnish it all so that looks really good. Then you've got to fit this in, so you've got to glue the belt, not the belt loop, the fire steel loop in, so that will slide back into the gap there. But you got to glue it in, and then you have to punch all your holes and then stitch that, because if you put that in before, then you can't get your edge. You literally won't be able to get up to your edge there to burnish that edge. So all has to be done prior to fitting the fire steel loop. So it just adds a lot more time to a sheath, but if that's what the customer wants, then obviously you have to do it. But I tend not to try and do too many fire steels. Obviously you've got to make the fire steel as well. So I've made this here. That's loads of time in itself just to make that. It's ridiculous. And you can't charge enough really for the time that goes in them. You can't really charge enough, but that's life. Never mind. So I hope you enjoyed that look at what I've been up to in the last few weeks. Been pretty flat out, which is good. Been like full-time knife making now. I appreciate every single order that comes through, and if you've placed an order, and all the ones up to Christmas, thank you very much for that. It's really appreciated. I actually said it all right this time, appreciate, but I still don't know whether it's appreciate or appreciate. Who knows? But I really do appreciate all the orders, and the plan is to try and make some knives to actually put on the website, because up until this point, I'm every time I make a knife and I think I'm going to put it on the website, I either put it on Instagram or I put it on Facebook pic or whatever, and someone buys it. So I don't get to that point where I've got stock building up on the website. So that's the plan, is once I get through this lot finished, then I've got a few more orders, but then I can actually dedicate some time to actually build some knives to put on the website. It just makes the whole thing easier because you can go on there and see something. If there's something that you see on there that you like, then you can just click on it, and everything gets organised nice and easy, payment and all that, and it takes all your details. As you know, online shopping's is the way to go. So if you want a knife and you don't want to go on the website, just send me an email, campanianknives@hotmail.com, and I shall see what I can do. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go now because I'm getting a little bit hot now. I'll turn the aircon back on and get stitching up these sheaths. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next video, and stay safe out there wherever you are in the world, and see you next time. Cheers then. See ya. Oh.